You were one of the first people in India to have watched the movie Gandhi before anybody else did. How, and take us through his life a little bit.
So my dad had worked as a producer in Hindi cinema, of course, but he had become the touch point for a lot of the Hollywood productions that used to come in to India to film. Far Pavilions, eventually later on Jungle Book that was shot in Mehboob, but also Gandhi. You know, he was like the line producer at that time, or, you know, on the Indian portions of Gandhi. Mayank at that time didn't understand the relevance or the cinematic importance of that. One fine day, I'm told that because of some permissions, we had to see the movie, and Richard Attenborough, the director of the film, Rashid Abbasi, who was he was my father's production support. I was very close to Richard Attenborough by then, and my father, my mother, and then I was called in to see Gandhi on the VHS before the world saw it, because whatever, and I'm sitting there now, I'm slapping myself today, I'm like, no, where are camera phones when you need them? Where is the paparazzi when you want them? Like, there was nobody there. It was in my apartment in Malabar Hill. I've seen Gandhi with Richard Attenborough in my
crazy
2x2 drawing room on VHS, awestruck by the movie. And when next day to school, I saw a film called Gandhi, and nobody had heard of it, you know, like at that time. No one in school would have known like Gandhi. They were like, oh great, you saw a documentary, you saw that. Right. No, I saw a film called Gandhi. And you know, there's a British actor called Ben Kingsley plays the lead part. Rohini Hattangadi is in Gandhi. And I'm like saying all this till it finally released and the world saw it. And I remember our school took us for a trip to see Gandhi. It was like, you know, like part of our academic agenda, because we studied Gandhi so much in depth. And I was preening like a peacock because I had seen the movie, but of course I was preening alone. Nobody else was bothered. Everybody was swept by the film. But like, it's things like this that you feel you wish you had archived.
Right. So your dad got into movies how? Like, he also had a business of his own, right? I mean,
he got into movies through a really. So basically, my family business was much like Dhanlakshmi Laddus, was a mithai business.
No shit, seriously?
Yeah. So my family business was Nanking Sweets.
Okay.
In Delhi. And there was a point of time like where my father was much more, he was a photographer. So my dadi, who we called Mataji, told him that you should go. This is not for you. You go, you take the train and just go to Bombay. And he had some cousin there. The first thing he did is when he landed into Bombay, there was Times of India opposite VT. Yeah. He went into Times of India, met a gentleman called Mr. Dubey, and became an intern to his photography, which took him to the sets of Mughal-e-Azam and other things.
Wow.
And from there he became like a ground manager. Then he worked himself up to being a production manager, to finally production controller, to working for Navketan Films for over 12 years, to being the only rare person who got front credit for production controller. You know, everybody in the industry knew him. He was very popular, he was very loved, and he was very good at what he did.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.